First of all, complaining affects our brain and generally our health. So, but what is complaining? So, complaining is referred to as expression of discontent or resentment. So, complaining itself, it is very bad to the listeners. So, once someone is listening to you, he won't feel happy about what you are complaining about. First of all, it affects our mood and the mood of those listening to us. But this isn't not only wrong, but beyond all this, it is bad for your brain and health. So, how does it affect your brain? So, complaining reduces the size of our hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and problem solving. So, engaging in complaining or simply hearing someone complain for more than 30 minutes could physically damage your brain. Just like human beings in general, our brains generally don't want to work anymore, any harder than they absolutely have to work. So when we repeat certain behaviors like complaining, our neurons branch out to one another to make information more easily transferred. So the more frequently you complain, you increase your likelihood of thinking negative thoughts later. So in neuroscience, what we say, the phrase synapses that fire together, wire together is used. So within the brain, there are or there is this what we call constellation of synaptic cliffs between the synapses. So every time you have a thought, one synapse sends a chemical signal across synaptic cliff to another synapse. So over time, bridges are built for which electrical signals can travel. So these electrical signals carry relevant information you are thinking about with their charge. So since the shortest distance between snaps wins the race, it's also just as possible for positive circuits to be developed to experience positive thoughts more frequently than negative ones. So once you have a thought, it is much more easier for you to have that thought again, which isn't great news for pessimists. But not only are you more likely to have negative thoughts, but you are most likely to randomly experience negative thoughts going about your daily business. So hanging out with people who frequently, complain about just it is so destructive as complaining yourself. So this is because just a simple reason. This is because your brain rewires itself in much the same way. So our brains are wired to imagine what others are experiencing. So when we see someone experiencing anger, sadness, our brains try it out to enhance our understanding of what they are experiencing. So the same mechanism of firing snipes it applies in the same way, okay? So our brain attempts to fire the same snipes to enable us to feel empathetic with others. So this isn't to say that we should now not match with those people who are going through difficult times. We should not, feel what they are feeling, but rather it is a reminder to us that knowing our energy is contagious can choose positivity to uplift them. So why is complaining bad for your health then? So when we complain, the hormone cortisol is released into the body, which is responsible for our fight or flight response. When our fight or flight response is activated, our brain redirects blood, oxygen, and energy away from non-essential systems. So repeated complaining results into this hormone being released in higher levels, putting us at a more risk of developing heart diseases, diabetes, obesity, stroke, and many more others. So in this very concept, we can easily